Sleep is a very interesting topic because I feel like there's a lot of nuance with it. Because some people, for example, they can just go on less sleep. Like me, for example. I can function better than 99% of the people on the planet off of 3, 4, 5 hours a night. Other people, if they don't get at least 8 or 9, they're basically useless all day. And that's where the nuance kind of comes into play. But I wanted to share some statistics with you that I just ran through my head because it made sense when I thought about it, but I had to like double check my answers basically in my head to make sure that the math was right. But think about this. If you live to 200 years old and you sleep 9 hours a night, that means you get 15 waking hours on average every single day. Obviously, you're not going to sleep exactly 9 every single night. Some days are going to be more, some days are going to be less. But on average, you sleep 9 hours a night. That means you get 15 waking hours, times that by 365 days per year, stretch that out over 200 years. It's a little bit over 1 million hours lived. Now, living to 200 is an amazing accomplishment. Brian Johnson's trying to do so. Will he do it? I genuinely hope so, because that would open up an entirely new possibility for the human race. And I also would love to live to 200. But with that being said, compare that person who lives to 200 years old and sleeps 9 hours a night, who has 15 waking hours every single day on average. I sleep 5 hours a night, which means I get 19 waking hours every single day. Stretch that out over the course of 365 days per year, times that by 150 years. I live 50 years less than person A. And guess how many hours I have awake on this planet? More than the guy who lives to 200. Think about that. This person A, lives 50 years longer than me. But I still have more waking hours. I still have the possibility to accomplish more things, get more shit done, impact more people's lives. Literally anything that I want to do. I still have more waking hours than somebody who lives 50 fucking years longer than me. And you could argue, because the biggest argument behind all of this is that, optimizing your sleep makes you perform better, and sleep is the best performance enhancing drug, and yada, 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 yada. Yeah, that's great. But hours slept does not equal quality hours slept. I sleep 4 to 5 hours a night. I catapult out of bed every single morning. Are some days tougher than others? Yes, but that's universal. There's not one singular person, very rarely, probably Brian Johnson, outside of somebody who literally has all these gadgets and widgets and trackers and all these expensive tools to make their sleep the best that they possibly can. Outside of that small subsect of the population, most people, I would argue, they have some tough days that they get out of bed, and they have some days where they catapult out of bed. The days I catapult out of bed are significantly more than the days that I'm dragging out of bed, which means that me sleeping 4 to 5 hours a night is pretty decent, because most people, like I mentioned before, if they were to sleep 4 to 5 hours a night on average on a consistent basis, not just 1 week or 2 weeks just to get some shit, no, I'm talking prolonged periods of time. If they were to do that, their bodies would absolutely fucking hate them, and they wouldn't be able to, they would turn into a complete tomato basically after X amount of time. But I've been doing this shit for months. Quite honestly, what started all of this was when I was working on the boat back in early January to April of 2024. My shifts working on this boat started at 6 in the morning, and I would work until our early days we would get off at 7 p.m. and our average days we would get off at 10 p.m. So I would be working from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night on average, 7 days a week. Now granted, it was a seasonal job, so it was only 4 months that I had to do this, but here's the catch. I was working from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. I would get home at 10 p.m. and I would still do some extra work because this is around the time that I just started creating content. So at the time I was creating like Instagram Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. So I was doing that after I would get home. And then in the morning time, I would wake up at 3:30 to get a workout in before I would go to my shift. That was my day every single day for the span of about 3.5 to 4 months straight. That is what kind of clicked the switch in my brain where I had no other fucking option but to perform on that little of sleep. And because I did so, and I did so extremely well at that, I told myself, I looked at myself after this job was over, I was like, you are capable of so much more than you can even fathom right now. And it started this whole rabbit hole of diving into experimenting with my own sleep. And I've gotten to the point now where, yeah, I'm not sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night like I was on the boat, because I genuinely would go to sleep no earlier than midnight every single night. And like I said, I was up at 3:30 every single morning. So although I'm not sleeping 2 to 3 hours every single night, I, right now in the season of life that I'm in, and I have been consistently for a very long period of time, I'm averaging anywhere between 4 to 5, sometimes 6 hours a night. No more than 6 usually, and very rarely less than 4. Anywhere between 4 to 6 is my happy medium. And the reason is because of what I just explained. I will have more waking hours than somebody who lives 50 years longer than me that sleeps 9. Somebody who sleeps 8, it's probably like what, 40, 45 years? I could live 40 to 45 years less than that individual and still have more waking hours. And it's just like, it's not all a numbers game at the end of the day, because it's what you do with those number of hours that you have. Because all of this would be a fucking waste of time if I just sat around, jerked off, fucking scrolled TikTok and did nothing with these extra hours. But obviously you guys know me, I'm not. I'm using these extra hours that I have on my competition to completely mop the floor with them. Because not only do I have more hours than them, but I would like to believe that the more hours that I do have of them while they're sleeping and I'm working, they are more focused than even their peak level hours. My sleep deprived hours, when my body's completely exhausted and I want nothing more than to go to sleep, but I still have another hour or 2 of work to do, those hours late at night to me are still more focused and still more productive than their first hours waking, first thing in the morning, when they're at their peak, when they got their little morning coffee and their fucking red light shit and all the. My sleep deprived hours are more productive than their peak level productivity optimization hours. So you're never gonna beat me. Never. Not in a million years. You could live 100 years as long as me, you still wouldn't get as much shit as done as me. And it's because of this one simple fact. Do not attach yourself to other metrics that do not align with you. I genuinely, this is going to sound crazy, I have tried sleeping 7-8 hours a night. It doesn't work for me. I, 1, mentally feel like a lazy piece of shit. 2, I actually feel more sluggish and lethargic getting out of bed compared to when I sleep 4 to 6 hours a night. And I'm less productive. My brain is genuinely foggy all day. No amount of stimulants, no amount of training sessions to clear my mind, meditation sessions, clears that fog that I have when I sleep that much. It's crazy. So, as a result, I put myself in a position where it works for me. And my proposition to you is to find what works for you. Granted, if 7, 8, 9 hours a night works for you, and you are one of those people that physically just cannot sleep less than 7, 8 hours, or else you are a complete vegetable that cannot function, then that's okay. Don't force yourself to sleep this less of hours, because it's not for everybody. But if you're one of those people who's like, you know, I'm sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, I'm still waking up lethargic and tired every single day, and like I feel like I don't have enough hours in the day to get shit done, and like I see all these guys around me that are progressing faster than me and I want an edge on them. Like, dude, just try sleeping less. Try it. You'll never know until you try it. I don't see what the problem is in just trying it for a couple of weeks. What's the worst thing that you're gonna happen? Oh, you're gonna be a little tired, you're gonna be a little sleep deprived. Suck it the fuck up and perform anyway. You're not gonna die. I promise. I promise you're not gonna die from sacrificing sleep a little bit. I promise you. I'm perfectly fine. And I've been doing this shit for months, coming up on a year straight of doing it every single day of my life. And you see me, I'm fine. I'm still busier than you. I still work more than you. I still train more than you. I still look better than you. I'm still gonna make more money than you. Like, I don't understand why people think they're made of glass. They have to have this perfect optimized routine, 8 hours and 56 minutes of sleep per night, and then I enter my red light sauna therapy, and then I ground, put my feet in the grass, and then I meditate for 16 minutes straight, and then I head into my ice bath. Like, brother, I've already got more shit done than you're gonna do the rest of the day by 11 a.m. after you're doing your little fucking Andrew Huberman push-up for your, like, it literally is comical to me. People think they're made of glass. Do you know how capable the human body is? Do you know how adaptable the human body is? It was literally, if you genuinely zoom out, I'm gonna finish off on this before I literally just start clowning you guys too much. If you zoom out over human existence, if you see the human existence as a timeline, if you zoom out real quick, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that long ago that we were running from like saber-toothed tigers and bears and fucking like polar bears in the Arctic and like all this shit. If you genuinely zoom out over the entire human existence, it wasn't that long ago that we were doing that. You think somebody woke up in the middle of the night getting attacked by a bear and he's like, oh, I can't run away from this bear because I didn't get the proper amount of sleep, and my room temperature wasn't exactly 67 point. No, motherfucker! He got up and he did what the fuck he was supposed to do. He ran away from the bear. He hunted his food. He gathered his materials. He built his fucking shelter. He provided for his family. He wasn't worried about fucking sleep optimization. It's called doing what the fuck is required. Your body is so adaptable and capable than so much more than we make it out to be nowadays. Granted, are these tools and technologies and things that we have at our disposal nowadays, are they helpful to a certain degree? Yes. Are they great to use? And can they eventually change the human race forever? Yes. But sometimes you just gotta break glass. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up, throw away your optimization, and just get the job done however you can. Point blank, period.
Oh.